3 keys to becoming a professional singer. First of all, I've been a professional singer for over 30 years, so I think I have a little experience that qualifies me to talk about this subject. Becoming a professional singer is not for everybody. Even for many people who think it is, probably not. But that said, for those of you who want to become professional singers and make singing into a career or a hobby that you make money at, you've got to do 3 things, and you've got to do them well, and you've got to do them consistently again and again. Now, as we are here live, you have the opportunity to ask me questions and we can discuss these 3 steps. Okay. Yes, I believe 3 steps, 3 keys is all you need. Of course, it's not going to be that simple, right? It's not going to be that simple. Nothing in life that is worthwhile is simple. Now, the good news is, once you understand these 3 keys, you can apply these to be successful at anything you do, because it's really always about doing the same thing. So let's talk about it. 3 keys. Number 1, you must identify your why. What does that mean? You must identify your why. Why do you want to become a professional singer? Some people might say, oh, I want to be famous. Okay, well, guess what? That's not your why. What is your why? Comment if you think you know. What is your why? The why is not about the things. I want to be famous, I want to live in a big house, I want to make millions of dollars. Those all sound nice, but that is not your why. Your why is what those things mean to you, how that will change your life. Okay? Because having things is not a very good why, because once you've got it, you've got it. Now you have no more why. Okay, done. It's like, my why is because I want to make $1 million. Okay, you make $1 million, great. At singing, fantastic. Now you're done. So that's not your why. You've got to identify your why. What is it? How is that going to make you feel? Is it just about the money? Or is it more important than that? Is it about sharing your music? And why? You see, you've got to spend quite a bit of time identifying your why you want to do this. What's the difference? How's it going to feel? Why is your motivator in life? Why is your motivator in becoming a professional singer? If you don't have a why, a powerful why, you won't make it. You won't be good at anything. Okay, and that sounds really harsh. That's just the truth. You want to be good at anything, identify your why. Now, you've got your why. Guess what? You're not done, because you're going to then need to separate in your brainstorm the things, the goals. The things are the steps. These are the checkpoints in helping you achieve your why. But the why is much bigger than things. So why? Tell me, why do you want to become a professional singer? Is it your passion? Okay, that's great. It's your passion. What does that mean? See, it's more important than just, it's my passion. It's got to move you. It's got to make you hungry. It's got to motivate you every single day. Okay, let's go on to your second key. First key in singing and becoming a professional singer is identifying your why. Key number 2 is identifying your fears, your insecurities. Why won't you do this? What are you afraid of? Okay? Identify your insecurities and then reframe them. super important. Hey, guys, thanks for commenting. Jay comments, one of my whys is to explore my own potential, to see if it's possible for me to recreate the same magic I feel from those that inspire me. Okay, great. Explore your own potential. Somebody just driving by. Usually you get sunrise. Today it's sunset. Okay, so Jay, that's great. Explore your own potential. Why? To see if you can. How is that going to motivate you? Is it keeping you hungry? And it might be. What motivates you in music? I know you love music. You love singing. It's motivating you. So it's good. You're on the right track. Keep getting into that why. How's it going to change your life? How's it going to change the lives of other people around you? Maybe that's your why. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying for some people, your why is, how am I impacting the world? How is sharing this and unlocking my true potential going to change other people? Going to change the world? Is that your why? Maybe it's not. It doesn't have to be that big. Your why could be, I want to prove to myself that I can do this. I feel that this is what I'm meant to do. And if that's giving you enough motivation, great. But you got to keep going deeper. It's a great statement. You've got there, Jay. Keep asking questions. This is a process, and it will never end. Personal example. I had a lot of goals in my professional singing career. I had a whole list of theaters. I want to sing at all of these theaters. Then I will achieve my why. And I did a lot of it, most of it actually. And then at one point, you need to reevaluate your why. I reevaluated my why, and I realized, it's not that important to me that I sing at all of the theaters on my list, because I'm singing with singers that sing at those theaters. And just because there are 5 theaters on my list in the world I didn't sing at, does that mean I didn't achieve my why? No, I achieved my why. You've got to figure out what it is. Number 2, what are your fears? What are your insecurities? My insecurities are, I'm not good enough. Maybe I don't have what it takes. I'm not good enough to do this yet. I want to become perfect, have a professional level, and then I'll start singing in public. Well, that might not be the best path. So your insecurities are the things that are going to keep you away from your why. And everybody has them, and they're going to pop up again and again. And guess what? They pop up like weeds. You get new ones for free. They just show up one day. All right, so when we look at our insecurities, you can comment, you can give me an insecurity. Yeah, thanks, Jay. Performance went very well. So it went 90%, 98% perfectly. That sounds pretty awesome, doesn't it? Guess what? It wasn't 100% perfect. Because that bothers me. That's one of my problems. I want it to be perfect. Because I do. So one of my insecurities is everybody expects every time I sing anywhere in public that it's just going to be amazing, inspiring, perfect. Never heard anything like it. So it's a lot of pressure. All right, so that can turn into, for me, let me show you the sunset. That can turn into, for me, it can turn into an insecurity, a fear. Hey, I'm not going to be amazing, blow you away, best singer you've ever heard today. Maybe I don't achieve that. Maybe I just shouldn't do it. That can be a defeating insecurity. So you have to identify your insecurities, and then you have to reframe them. This is just an example. Philippe is insecure because he thinks that if he's not 100% perfect, people aren't going to enjoy it, and they're going to think less of him as a performer, less of him as a coach. Now, if I ask you that question, you're all just going to say, that's BS. That's ridiculous, man. Come on. But it might be real in my mind. So I have to reframe it, which you have to do with your insecurities. First, you make a list, and then you write them down, and then you look at them, and you say, your insecurity for not singing is you might not be 100% perfect, and that insecurity is going to look at you, and then it's just going to sit down and disappear and say, yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, I'm out of here. All right, and it will disappear. So you will find a lot of insecurities would just disappear because when you confront them, you and they know that they're totally ridiculous and it's not valid, okay? So another insecurity might be, I don't know how to do this yet. All right, well, that's a real insecurity. Now you have to talk to that insecurity and say, okay, I get you. You don't want to do it because you don't feel like it works every time and it's not 100% reliable. I acknowledge that, but I think it'll be a good experience for you to go for it anyway in a live performance setting and gain that experience of hit and miss, just like every professional athlete has. They don't stop because they miss a point. Look at all the greats in tennis and golf, in any sport. They don't stop, they keep going. Okay, so then you make the agreement with yourself, with your insecurity. We're gonna work on this. We need some improvement on this specific thing. I see you, insecurity. I'm hearing you. Let's go on and go ahead, even though we're not perfect, but let's make an agreement. We're gonna work on this, we're gonna learn about it, and we're going to get better at it. So all of your insecurities, you need to address, look in the eye, and come to an agreement with. You need to acknowledge them. A lot of them will just disappear as soon as you look at them because they will realize they're totally ridiculous. Okay? It's a good process. And then the ones that are serious and real will feel acknowledged and know you're working on them. Okay, those are your steps. Steps to becoming confident, becoming calm, and doing. Now, here is the key number 3. The key number 3 is execution. You have identified steps you need to work on, things you need to learn, skills you need to acquire, coordinations you need to improve. Then you've got to put in the time and do those with a plan. Now, if you do these 3 things, number 1, identify your why, revisit it at least once a year, acknowledge your insecurities and write that down. This takes time, but number 1 is your entire motivation. It's the only thing that will keep you going. Number 2 is accepting yourself, your insecurities. This will help you overcome things like stage fright, lack of confidence, which ultimately will sabotage your ability in a live performance if you lack confidence. So you will be highly motivated, you will become more confident, and the key number 3, you have a clear game plan and you execute. You do the little steps, just like I'm walking up this hill. Lots of little steps. All right, those are the 3 keys. It is a wash and repeat cycle. It never ends, and that's why number 1, your why is so important. Because if you don't have your motivation very clear, energized in front of you, you won't have the drive that it takes to get through and conquer your insecurities and self-doubt. And you won't have the drive and energy to execute on your plan, the little steps, your practice, your marketing, doing all those little things that singers need. Yes, so those are the 3 keys to becoming successful as a professional singer and staying relevant and successful in your industry. If you do those 3 things, you will get lucky. Remember what luck is. Luck is being prepared to take advantage of an opportunity when it crosses your path. That is what luck is. Nobody gets lucky that is not prepared. Because number one, they wouldn't even be in the same room with luck. And number two, they wouldn't be prepared to take advantage of the opportunity when it happens. So you do create your own luck, you do create your own destiny, and you do it by following the 3 keys to becoming a successful singer, becoming successful at anything, honestly. What's your why? Separate in your why brainstorming the true things that will be life-changing for you, your true motivation, and just the simple things or goals like, I want to make X amount of dollars. I want to have 10,000 followers. Those are just check marks. They are not your why. Again, listen to and identify all of your insecurities. Any little voice that says, you can't do it, you're not good enough, here's why. You're gonna write that down, then you're gonna look at it, and you're gonna tell the ones that are totally ridiculous to step out of the room, and they will bow out. The ones that are sincere and true, you're going to acknowledge, you're going to make an agreement with those that you will work on it together. And then you will execute. You will execute physical actions to improve your coordinations, your understanding, your know-how, and learning everything you need to learn to achieve your why. Not that complicated, right? No, it's not. It's truth, and it's a continual cycle. All right, here's your view. Top of the hill, looking down at sunset. Beautiful colors, beautiful place in the world. Why do I walk up here? Because my why, it's important to me to feel good physically, to be energized. I feel great, have more power, clears my head, helps me execute my plan. And part of my why is to share my experiences, knowledge, and my opinions with you guys in the hopes that one person out there is going to hear this and it will change their life. And you know what? I'm absolutely positive that that is the case. Remember the 3 keys to becoming a professional singer. What are they? Number 1, identify your why. This is your true motivation. If you're not clear on it, you will burn out and run out of gas. Number 2, acknowledge your insecurities and doubts and reframe them in a way that allows you to pursue your why. Number 3 now is execute. Have a plan and execute it. You must formulate clear steps to achieving your why. And then reevaluate this entire process every year, because after 1 year's time, your why will have evolved. Your insecurities, a lot of them will be gone, and you will get new ones for free. And number 1, you will have executed so many things in a year's time, you're going to need to update that plan of action. All right? So remember the 3 keys to becoming a professional singer, staying a professional singer, and enjoying being a professional singer are very, very different than what you might think. It's not about what I think or anybody else. It's all about what you think and what you feel in your heart, and having the confidence and the energy to go out and do. Nobody became a professional singer sitting on the couch, binge watching Netflix. That just is not how it's done. Okay? Well, thank you. Thank you there, Sari. Appreciate that. Okay, guys, if you have any other questions you want to discuss, then go ahead and comment. If not, I'll leave you with those thoughts today as we continue our journey, you and me, on our own journeys. Very different, equally challenging, and equally inspiring and exciting. Main problem for me, says Said, is that I always frustrated because of the lack of results, despite the fact that I train not so long. Okay. Hey, you're not alone. Now I could be very smart and say, well, then we've got to adjust the steps you're taking. So you're going to address that concern now, okay? You're going to address that insecurity. You're going to say, that sounds good. That sounds like a real insecurity, a real concern. We need to address that. Okay, I'm frustrated because I'm not experiencing progress or not at the rate I want. So first thing we're going to say is, okay, let's accept that currently I'm not progressing as fast as I would like to. Second question is, do you know, are you completely aware of what rate of progress is realistic to expect from yourself? Ask yourself that question. Has somebody told you and given you a timeline based on your ability and what you're working on that you should be progressing faster than you think you are? Maybe we put a little question mark behind that. Perhaps, could it be you're being a little impatient? All right. Now you're already deflating that insecurity. You're already saying to yourself, I'm going to give myself some more time to be consistent and let this grow. Second question is, are you certain that what you're doing is actually, in reality, the right path? Are these the right steps? Maybe those steps need some adjusting. In other words, I worked with a client today who wants to sing Freddie Mercury. And I just told him, I'm sorry, don't do it. It's too hard for you right now. I don't have any doubts that you will be able to do it in the future, but right now, it's not happening. It's too complicated for your current ability level. If you want to work on it, we'll work on it step by step. If you want to record it and put it out there, it can be part of your transformation video. Yes, but it's hard to hear. It's just outside of your current ability reach. So what do? We said, let's work on things that are going to make this easier. Let's work on balancing your passaggio, getting a nice, easier, cleaner, more efficient falsetto, head voice, and being able to transition between your M1, your chest voice, light chest voice, and your falsetto throughout your passaggio. Now that's difficult to do for almost any singer, so it's going to take time. But if you put in that time over the next 3 months and get really good at that, everything else in your singing is going to get easier, and your goal, your why, is going to get a lot closer. So we're formulating a plan of how to do that, picking the right developmental steps, and also inviting this singer to pick a couple of songs that are just pretty easy. There's no shame in singing something that is easy for you. All right, I had a concert Tuesday night. 2 of the pieces are very difficult, And one is just a walk in the park. It's so, so easy. That doesn't mean it's not skillful, all right? I sang I'll Be Home from Christmas, Michael Bublé version. So is it easy? Yeah. Is it easy? Is the skill level easy? No, it's not. You have to be very, very skillful. Michael Bublé is an incredibly skillful singer. So you have to know about all kinds of nuances, but nowhere near as stressful as singing big arias that live between an F and a B flat and higher. Those are much harder, but it's a different skill level. So you're going to look at your progress and you're going to step back and say, I would like to progress faster. Am I clear on my path? Am I unrealistic in my expectations? What can I do to increase the speed of my progress and still be realistic with myself and my expectations so I don't get frustrated, but I acknowledge the little steps I'm making? All right, so yes, psychology of singing. I'm struggling with moving between light falsetto and chest voice. Yeah, it takes several months, guys. Several months to get good at this. So give yourself time. And here's another big tip on that one. It does not happen or work by using pressure. It is finesse work. It is using light pressure, and it is shifting very slowly from something like, another party's over, and I'm stone cold sober. My baby loving someone new. I don't want to talk about it, want to forget about it. Wanna be. It's just negotiating that passaggio easily with very light pressure, just moving back and forth in the pressure level, heading towards M1, back into falsetto, and M2, back and forth, back and forth. Light pressure. That Melancholy Blues by Freddie Mercury is a masterclass in how to do it. And he's just an incredibly skillful singer. All right, so you've got to develop it slow, methodically, and patiently. That means it's not going to work overnight. It's not. You're going to need to take time to work on it. All right? So, several months, no big deal. No big deal at all. If you can achieve coordination and finesse in your passaggio, in and out of chest, of falsetto and back, man, that is like the ultimate goal for most singers. That is considered high level ability. It is. So mastering that in 3 months is like almost unheard of fast. So you got to change those expectations on yourself. Give yourself time to get really good at it. And if you achieve that, hey, the whole world is open to you. Okay? So you're taking your concern, your insecurity, you're acknowledging it, that it's real. You're saying, that's a good point. Let's reevaluate some things. And now you're probably feeling a lot more motivated. Yes? So it's not as debilitating or frustrating. Those are the things that lock you out from your why. So this is how important these 3 steps are. That's what I mean by reframing your concern, your insecurity that's causing your self-confidence to suffer and causing you to start believing in this stupid inner monologue that says, you're never going to make this happen. You weren't born to sing. This is just too hard. Other people can do it so easily. Well, you don't know how many months and years they put in. That's the truth. Okay? So, are people gifted? Sure, everybody is naturally gifted at certain things, but even singers that are gifted struggle with certain coordinations that might be easy for you. So keep reevaluating, Go find that why. Why is it so important? What is it going to do for you, and how is it going to change your life? Why needs to be a powerful motivator. Then identify your insecurities, your fears, address them. Tell the stupid ones to just leave, they're ridiculous. Take the real ones seriously. And then create a plan of action. Be informed, it's got to be a good plan, and then reevaluate. Like you just said, hey, I've been working hard for a couple months, or I've been working hard for 6 weeks. I'm not happy with my progress. Reevaluate that concern, that insecurity. Are you being too unrealistic with your expectations, or are you just not working in the right direction? Do you need to try something else? Or do you need some help? You need some guidance, you need some coaching, or you need some education. So those are the 3 keys to your success, and they will help you, absolutely help you to achieve your why. All right, thanks for listening. All that's important to me is just one single person out there, this is helpful to them. If it's helpful to more people than that, I'm equally as happy. You guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the excellent questions. And we'll see you guys next time.